we'll talk about it a little bit backstage. Big game for you guys tonight. You can go top, be clear by a handful of points to continue your very good start to the season. Are you confident, or because I'm seeing a lot of rivals say Spurs are going to get Spursy very, very soon? Or are you comfortable you'll win tonight and maintain your position at the top of the league, Dej? You're on mute, bro.
Sorry, Terry. Thank you. You know, when rival fans are talking about you, you know you're doing something right. Do you get me? So the fact that we've got rival fans trying to predict what Spurs are doing, I would just be saying, stay in your lane, focus on your team, and let my club do what my club does. Now, honestly, look, Tottenham's been there before. I'll be honest with you. We've been there before. We've done this where we've been top of the league. We had the international break, and then we fell off a cliff. I think the last time we did it was either under Mourinho or Conte, one of them two, where the next few games we only picked up 7 points. So there's a little bit of nerves for me. It's not really about the opposition. I don't give a damn who we are playing. It's just the history of, at this stage, sometimes the will could fall off. However, if Tottenham pick up 3 points tonight, which is very, very possible, and we pick up 3 points on Friday, then it's legitly game on. I don't want to be hearing some dusty comments. It's only between Liverpool, Arsenal, and Man City this season. You got to be talking about title challenges, and you got to include my club in that. Now, people will say it's premature, this and that, but the truth of the matter is Arsenal overachieved last season. And if we're saying that we're following in Arsenal's footsteps, not legitimately following them, but if Arsenal could come from fifth and now all of a sudden they're the big guns on, they're the title challengers, they're the legit challengers to City, then who's to say that Tottenham can't be surprising the whole league? Because let's be real, we were surprised by Arsenal and are doing something similar. So tonight is crucial. Tottenham pick up the 3 points tonight. Everybody needs to respect Spurs, sit up in their armchairs, and just maybe look at Tottenham different and say, maybe under this brother, he's got them in a certain way where they can actually do bits this season. If we lose, however, to Fulham, and then we pick up a draw against Crystal Palace, or we flop that, then you can say that maybe the first 8 games was a little bit of hot air. But even if it is hot air, remember, people, Postecoglou has only been in charge less than 4 months. Yeah, less time than Eric Ten Hag, blatantly less time than Arteta, and slightly round about the same time as Chelsea's manager. And if that is the case, he's already overachieved and he's performed. So for me, though, Terry, if you're asking me legitly, you know me, I'm a very opinionated brother. I think Spurs win today and we go top because we've been the best team in the country so far this season. And I know people are looking at me with their eyeballs and their eyeballs squinting, but I don't know why your eyeballs squint, because the last 2 months, the manager of the month has gone to my club. The last 2 months, the player of the month, guess what, has gone to my club, and let it continue. We've been the best team. We're showing it, and tonight we're going to show it again. Slap up Fulham and do bits. The fact that Arsenal drew with them don't mean nothing to me. If Arsenal want to roll over and shake their bum violently for Fulham, they can knock themselves out. Do you get me? As for my club, I think they're legit this season. That's bloody right.
Wait, hold on. Sorry, I've got to come in here real quick. Look, see, there's living in fantasy and there's living in reality.
Chelsea, you can't.
If we're living, hold up, relax. You have no UCLs. Relax. I've got UCL. I've got no UCLs. Mute your mic. So, if we're living in fantasy, yeah, let's subscribe to Disney Plus and say Tottenham can do something if they win tonight and everything. That's Disney. But the football terrace is reality. In reality, nobody is taking Tottenham seriously as title challengers. Yes, you're overachieving. Yes, this is shocking. You are allergic to trophies. You have 0 credit in the bank. So come back to me over half through the season. If it's still on top, maybe. I am not taking Tottenham seriously at all. It is still City's league to lose with Liverpool to challenge. Because Arsenal ain't never winning no league anytime soon because they messed up last season. This is either going to be City or Liverpool, and that is the reality. That's not my opinion. That's a scientific fact. So you have to just accept that Try and get fifth. If you get fifth, it's good. First season post getting fifth or fourth is good. You are not in any title conversation. Stop it, bro. Come on, please stop it.
Just to add on to what Have said, right? Even if you beat you will beat Fulham later on, and even if once you beat Palace away, it's away in it against Palace. That's tough, but the way you've been playing, I think Basuma will be back. You should get the job done there, but you at least need to get to the halfway stage. You at least. No disrespect to Spurs, you've had an amazing start, but I think as rivals, when you think about the title race, it is only 3 teams. We know what's going to happen with Spurs. There never will happen. I'm not dissing Andy's done an amazing job, but I think your aim this season, and I think what you're capable of doing, is comfortably getting maybe that 4th, 5th spot. But to be speaking about a title after 8 games.
Just quickly, let me just do my quick rebuttal. Roms, you were there when I said last season that it would be easy to say that Liverpool and Man City will go for the title last season. You were there, and you reminded me when you came on my show and we talked about the fact that Liverpool was nowhere to be seen. Now, I don't know if we're doing this Blade Roadrunner thing, but Chelsea ain't even in the equation. Do you get what I'm saying, my bro? Like, let's have hope or wing and a prayer. Let's do whatever you want to do. The fact of the matter is your club has been missing. And
has won a lot more trophies than your club. Yes, I know. We've won a lot more trophies, yeah.
The history, don't be telling me about old movies. Do you get what I'm saying, my bro? The fact of the matter is you're nowhere to be seen. You did all right against Arsenal on the weekend. We appreciate you for that. But your club is dusty as well, bro. So let's keep it real.
Yeah, 0 trophies.
The truth of the matter is Arsenal did something last season that nobody saw coming. So don't be telling me about UCLs and all sort of things. I don't really care. Arsenal did something out of the blue.
Which is what? What did they win last season?
City won the league and no one expected it. I'm not saying Tottenham's going to be winning the league. What I am saying is challenging. If we're saying Arsenal's challenging and we're saying Liverpool's challenging, if Tottenham win tonight, you man need to say Tottenham's challenging.
No.
It's as simple as.
I hear what you're saying there. Staffy, if Spurs win tonight, are they in a title race for you, as per what Deji's saying?
I mean, Deji, no disrespect, bro, but like it's just like you just seem like you've never been in a title race, and it's showing because you're getting excited in what we're in October. I'm just looking at the calendar, October, and we're talking about title races. Like it's insane to me. And don't get me wrong, I've been a big advocate of what Spurs have been doing. You're on mute, and it's probably for the best right now because what you guys have been doing this season has been good. Don't get me wrong. I've been called a closet Spurs fan because I was defending you guys. I keep saying you guys deserve to be where you're at. Don't get me wrong. I'm on your side with a limit because I think you guys have been good. All these people discrediting you, saying you're not where you deserve to be, that you guys are, imposters, all that stuff. Hassam issuing, a rival with you guys on Twitter, and then he comes back and gaslights you guys and is like, oh, why are you guys forcing a rivalry with me? When he's the one who's starting and all Liverpool fans are starting, you deserve to be where you are. Andrew's done a great job. The man of the player of the month that he's won, Son, and I think it was Madison, both of them deserve it. Manager of the month twice in a row, they deserve it. You can only beat who's ahead of you. The stats say it. You guys have been great. All that is beautiful. But to be talking about title races because you beat Fulham today, if you're saying if we beat City today, you got to give us recognition that we're going to be in the title race, I'll be like, you know what? It's still premature, but I get it. You're beating the team that's won the league 3 times in a row. If you beat Arsenal today, I'm like, you know what? I get it. They went for the league last season, and now you're beating them, so you're putting yourself in there. But to be talking about beating Fulham on October the 23rd makes you a title contender. We're not even, we're not even 25% through the league yet. Not halfway, not nothing. No, 25% through the league, and we're talking about title contention. You guys haven't even went through your bad phase yet because every manager comes in. Listen, you could have a honeymoon period in the beginning. I think Ange proved it's not just a honeymoon period. He proved that he is a good manager and he knows what he's doing and he's winning games. But there will be a period where you guys are going to start dropping points. And if you go through a period like that and you come out strong and you guys come out of that slump that everyone hits in the beginning of their tenure with a new team quick, then I'll be like, you know what, Deji, this is looking serious because you lost 1 game, but then you bounce back right away. Or you know what, you lost 2 games and then you slapped someone right away and you guys are back to winning again. These are the moments that I'm going to start entertaining this thought. But I'm not talking about anyone being in the title race right now other than City, because number 1 is too early. And number 2, it's just the inexperience is there. There's so many factors, bro. Like, all respect, but I think it's crazy to be talking about this.
Can I just quickly just make one quick point? Sorry, just quick point, and then I'll keep my mouth shut. Last season, round about this time, I came out and said, you know what? Arsenal are top of the league, and could Arsenal do a Leicester City? Round about 8-9 games in, could Arsenal be Leicester in disguise, and could they go on to win the league or at least have a title challenge? Arsenal, after 8-9 games, was enough for us to determine that these men were going to be title challengers. And lo and behold, it was the last 7 games when these men flopped. I'm just saying, if after 9 games, Tottenham are top of the league, yeah, the wheels might fall off. That doesn't mean they're out of the title challenge, bro. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying we're going on to win it, but we could be up there challenging as well. Arsenal did it. They took us to the last 7 games. I'm saying my club can do that, and I'm allowed to.
Deji, how are you so confident? Go on.
For me, right? Sorry, Don. For me, right? 8 games last season, Arsenal weren't in a title race. I appreciate the optimism, right? I get it, and I understand you want that more than anything. Trust me, I was the same as you, right? But you have to be realistic. In October, there's nobody in a title race. It's way too early, right? People told me that Arsenal weren't in a title race at the end of February, start of March. So how can we be in October talking about title races already? It's crazy. When you look at what Spurs have got squad-wise, I understand and appreciate it's 1 game a week, but you're a centre-half away from Eric Dyer coming back in. Your backup for Maddison is Lo Celso. You've got no striker after Son. These injuries will cane you, bro. And I understand that Maddison and Basuma have taken you to a new level. I've been a big fan of what Postecoglou's done. I think Van der Ven has been an unbelievably good signing. I actually think all of your signings have been hits. You deserve the praise. You deserve the credit. I get it. But for me, 8 games in, people were laughing at Arsenal fans saying we're in title races. So unfortunately, bro, with respect, people are going to do the same for you. And unfortunately, the way that, and this isn't even bantering, Tottenham have not provided any evidence that they can go and win something in my lifetime, pretty much, of a major honour. So unfortunately, you're never going to have that respect, bro. People are always going to doubt our Spursy, it's Spursy. People are saying it already. But to say we win tonight and that's it, it's Fulham at home, bro. I expect you to beat them.
You didn't beat them, though. Let's be real. You were
exactly. And that was, and that's my point. That's my point to you.
Well, not you.
What do you mean you're not? What do you mean you're not Arsenal?
Well, not Arsenal. You had a chance to play Spurs this season with your squad.
No one said Arsenal now. No one said Arsenal now are not going to contend for the league because they didn't beat Fulham. So why can you say we will contend?
No, I'm not saying that they didn't, but they've had an opportunity. Arsenal had an opportunity. We've played each other.
So what you're saying then, Deji, is that you can go for a title and Arsenal can't because we lost to Fulham and we didn't beat. No,
but Tottenham. I'm not saying Arsenal. No, I said we're both challenging, bro. You're there. Spurs are there. I'm saying if you're there, Liverpool are there, Man City are there, you need to put.
I don't think anybody is there though. That's my point, bro. It's too early.
Yeah, but I've seen bare Arsenal fans shaking their bum violently since you lot beat Man City. The title's yours.
You know, if I beat Man City next week, I'm 3 points behind City. Am I going to put myself in a title race because I beat City and I'm 1 win behind them? That's why we're saying it's way too early.
Point, man.
But what I'm trying to say, though, even though what you're saying is true and it was all factual, the truth of the matter is, at the end of the day, after 8 or 9 games, we could tell that this is a different Arsenal team to normal, true or false. And they proved it because they finished second in the end of the season. So even though you're saying it's too early to tell, maybe it was too early to tell if you were going to win the league, but the truth of the matter is Arsenal did bits last season. You finished second. So any kind of early hype around Arsenal last season was kind of proved. You finished in the top 2.
Yeah, but no one knew that then, though. Like, no, because the whole point that we're saying is when you look at a title in a season, 8 and 9 games, that is too small a sample size. A title begins to really take shape after you get halfway through the season, January, February, because remember, this isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. Bro, I can't remember, I'm sure there was a season, maybe someone can fact check. There's a season where Ipswich were like second or third, or there's a season where Aston Villa were like second or first in November, December. They ended up finishing off like 5th or 6th. So my thing though is because of what Arsenal did at the end of last season, we say, okay, they've got credit in the bank. So because they are yet unbeaten, Arsenal have that credit to say, okay, they can do something this season. Tottenham don't have enough credit in the bank for us to say, oh, after 8 or 9 games, they could do something. After week 19, after week 23, let's see where Tottenham are before we actually give a proper assessment. It is still way too early. It's way too early.
So okay, fine. But
And you
can I
said,
just
and you
say,
did
though,
say, bro, as well.
sorry,
If you lose to, if you beat Fulham tonight, take us seriously. If we don't, then fair play. So is it not a title race if you don't win tonight? I don't see where tonight is so important for Tottenham's title race. I don't get this.
I'm just
at all.
looking back at previous history. Tottenham at this stage where they've been top of the league, at this particular moment in time after 8-9 games, that's when they flop. I'm saying if we can get that kind of hoodoo off our back, a bit like Arsenal beating City, it was a big deal. It's not enough to say Arsenal's going to win the league, but actually you beating City is a big deal in the grand scheme of things because you normally lose to them. This stage, there we can be saying to ourselves as Spurs fans, whoa, we've won, 9 games, we're top of the league, maybe 10. By Friday, we could be just clear 5 points.
Yeah,
Maybe
but Deji, I hear all of that, and you're gonna look at that as a Spurs fan about the hoodoos and that. Yeah, that's all nice and everything. Yeah, but listen, if you miss out on Maddison, like Dan's already said, and Son gets injured, for example, now you're dependent on Richarlison. Now you're dependent on Lesotho, like he's already spoken about. It's the same situation Arsenal had last year, bro. Saliba got injured for a big part of the season. Do you know what I'm saying? And he was a big blow for them in that title race. So as much as I like your 11, bro, you've got some key players that if you lose out on them, bro, the drop off is too much. Do you know what I mean? So I think this energy that you've got right now, listen, you're a Spurs fan, you're gonna have that energy, right? This is your team, you've got that belief, but save it for later on in the season. It's a little too early for you to be moving the way you're moving, bro. That's what I've got to say about that.
You know,
but
the best thing
I've been picking Spurs up this season. I like how you guys have been playing.
The best thing you can do, honestly, and I say this from the experience of last season, is just let other fans talk about what they want to talk about. But by putting yourself in the title race and telling everyone that they need to, like, you don't need other fans to tell you you're in a title race anyway. And if you convince yourself you're in a title race, everything gets more emotional. Like the final sort of 12 games of last season when Arsenal fans had all convinced themselves they were in a title race, every game gets emotional. And it's like, if you draw tonight, does that mean the title race is over and you will get massively disheartened by it? No. And if you win tonight and you will get massively the title race is on, like that emotional side of it, you don't need that in October because it is a long season if you start getting into that right now.
No, I agree it's a long season, but what I'm trying to say, and we saw it with Chelsea last year, Chelsea had a bit of a dusty start and they finished the season dusty. I'm just saying you can get little glimpses of what the future might look like. We saw it with Arsenal, and we saw it with Chelsea. So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying if Tottenham can get through this week with 6 points,
and Deji, you know what you've got to do.
Boston Conference said, "Let us." He said to the Tottenham fans, "If this is what you guys want, if this is how you guys are feeling, let them feel this."
And Deji, what you've got to do
out in this brother, he's got confidence in himself and what he does.
Deji, as a fan base, yeah, you lot have got to apply pressure for Levy to invest and go again in January because, Postecoglou, he was backed in the summer with Maddison. And again, like I said, I've bigged up his talent ID. So it's not even like he needs 100 million to go splash out on an Osimhen or someone like that. Even Tony, I know you guys are probably going to be in there, but I don't think he goes Spurs, right? So I think it's go again now. Back Ange, give him a little bit more money and then inject some fresh talent that none of us might not even know who they are. But Ange has identified them as someone that can fit, come into the team. And if Maddison gets injured, you've got someone else there from a different league that we don't watch. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's the main thing for you guys now. I think Levy needs to go again and back Ange in January because that bench that you've got right now, bro, meaty, man. I don't rate it.
Don, do you know what? Levy's done a number on Spurs fans again, hasn't he? Because they're all happy now. They're all jumping, saying title race. I see 6 weeks ago they wanted him out. So they obviously love him again now. He's got him to Champions League football. He's bought him a brilliant stadium. He's got him great training facilities. Now it's a title race. He's got Ange Postecoglou in. Ange has come in to save them all. So I don't want to hear Spurs calling Levy out because they must be happy if they're in a title race. Crikey. I mean, in my lifetime, I've never seen Tottenham in a Champions League final, but I have under Levy. I've never seen him in a beautiful stadium. I have under Levy, but apparently he's the problem. They want him out. Now they're in a title race. So get behind him. Congratulations to Daniel Levy. That's all I'll say, man. You've done it again.
Just to expand on Don's point, the reason why we're not seeing on title race as well is because not only it's too early, but just to expand is because you're not equipped. You're not equipped to win the league just yet. And similar to my club, I feel like Don said, you have to invest in January. You must, because some people there's this notion, but Tottenham are only playing one game a week. So injuries, there can be a reduction in injuries. You can get injured wherever. You can get injured in that one game a week. You can get injuries in training. So that's why I would say just keep the lid on it. Like I think Simon said in the chat, don't add that extra pressure on yourself and just wait at least till the halfway point because you need to make signings. If you are to go all the way, you have to make signings.
Are you in the title challenge though, Roms? Is Liverpool
As
in
it
the title?
stands, yes, but it's different for me. I've been there and done that, and I do feel we will reinvest in January. But as it stands, yes, because my experience and your experience, two different things, mate. Two different things.